Hey guys, came across an article today I thought was kind of interesting, so I put it in the description below. You guys are welcome to take it out. I did check into this a little bit because I was kind of curious about a few different things, but let me just kind of go over the article here real quick. So this is on BitConnect.com, and essentially what it's saying is that the states of Arizona and Illinois are wanting to or I guess they wrote to India's criminal investigations, their CID, which is, I'm assuming, kind of like their FBI or their CIA or their police department. They're just their criminal investigation department. That's the main branch there. And in the state of Gujarat, I know I'm butchering that name. But I guess they're looking to see if there's any recourse that they can do, and they're basically looking at Satish and they're looking at Devesh, and those were kind of the two main guys in India. And Devesh here has already been arrested, saying he's fluent in English, which he is. He's been involved in several different programs outside of BCC as well. These guys are very involved with the whole BitConnect Gujarat. Thank you, Yogi. But these guys have been very, very central to what's going on. But this is actually right towards the end of the article. You can see here, this part right here is actually kind of what caught my interest. So it says that he was tracked down to South Korea some time ago, which I don't know what that means, some time ago. But by the time we could react, he had flown back to Dubai. He supposedly handled the worldwide operations of the company and had been in possession of large amounts of money in bitcoins, which belonged to investors. So that statement was a little bit misleading, I think. And, this is essentially some sort of reporter that got some sort of information and is creating an article for Bitcoin.com. But I reached out to some of my connections in South Korea, and they said he never came to South Korea. So they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to that article. So I don't know where that information comes from. That they tracked him down to South Korea, or that he was in South Korea and then flew back to Dubai. The last known whereabouts that I knew about with Satish was in Dubai. Same thing with the same thing that kind of went for Devesh as well as Glenn. Glenn was in Dubai. That's the last time I had heard, was that he was still in Dubai. So there was some of the computers or the servers that were in that state of India, and those were moved to Devesh's office that he had on the 135th floor in Dubai. So there's definitely some operations related to BitConnect that were moved or are presently in Dubai. So. That would be my guess in terms of perhaps where some of this is central in terms of the case that's going on right now with BitConnect, is that Dubai seems to be a place that some of these guys have kind of harbored in, but it's hard to say. So I haven't talked to Satish in a long time, and no one really knows where he's at. So they just kind of went underground. But they did say right here, I thought it was kind of interesting, that they have this RCN, so a red corner notice. And the RCN is issued by Interpol at the request of the member state to urge other member countries to detain or arrest an accused. So thought that was interesting. But I'm still I just mentioned this on my stream yesterday that that I'm going to be still continuing to give updates on BitConnect. I do have some information that I'm going to try to make public here pretty soon. I don't know if it's really going to help in terms of the cases or whatnot. It's just a little bit more information than I have when I was involved with the platform. So I'm still, trying to kind of get to the bottom of this and try to find some more information. I think this is very important for the cryptocurrency scene as a whole. So having an understanding of how this is going to transpire, like agencies like Interpol, like what their capabilities are to track down, people that are, maybe hiding. My whole thing with Satish is like, Satish is the leader. He was the main guy, or at least that was his position, and he's not showing any leadership by just staying and hiding, and so that's been that's been a source of frustration for me, with him, is that if there was genuine intentions, or there was this was not a scam, or they were trying to do this in the right way, then he should be stepping up and doing something. And if he's not, which is what everything has really been kind of pointing to at this point, then I'm looking to kind of go on the offensive, because I'm upset with the whole situation. I'm upset that people got hurt in this. I got hurt, massively. Like I don't know very many people that lost more money in BitConnect than me. So I lost a ton of money, and it's really kind of damaged me and hurt me, and I'm still kind of reaching out for answers for some of these guys. So if I'm not going to get it, then I'm going to do whatever I can to at least try to help the community. So that's it is a short article. There's not a whole lot of information on there, but I thought it's worth noting and kind of bring it up into context. I mean, we can see that just there's a lot of people that have theorized that a lot of the lead up and the ramp up with the cryptocurrency market had a lot to do with BitConnect. So if you see here, there was still, Bitcoin was still at like, a few $1,000s, and, it started ramping up. And then, as like right around this time frame was when, the annual event in Pattaya, Thailand. And we started to see just a massive surge in the cryptocurrency market. And there's a lot of people that have theorized that there was a lot of people that were getting in and investing in BitConnect. There was a lot of people dumping big money into the platform. And of course, some of the promoters that were, at the top were making, roughly around 10% of everyone that was in their tree that was invested underneath them. So they were making a tremendous amount of money, by getting people to invest into the system. So, unfortunately, like, I wasn't, I was involved with the platform, but I did not have, that many people underneath me. So I didn't benefit as much as some of these other guys did. And, so that's been something that's been, I guess it's been brought up. A lot of people think that I made, a lot of money in BitConnect, and I really didn't. So a lot of it was compounded and kept in the system. And towards the end, what I was really doing was holding the coins. Like I started stacking coins, because had you done that strategy, had you just bought the coins, the BCC coins, and held, and were able to time the market a little bit, where you were able to sell when it was over $400, you probably would have done better with that strategy, as opposed to being in like some of the lending platform. So this has just been, we've seen just this giant bear market that we've been in, and it's just been really dragging on, and it's been painful for me to watch Ethereum as low as it is, 178. That's ridiculous. I mean, it's just down like another 10%. BCC, Ethereum just keeps getting just destroyed. And what little cryptocurrency I have, a lot of it is in Ethereum. So I'm just going to continue to hold. I'm hoping that with the fork and with some of the news that's coming out, we're going to see price recovery. I never anticipated that it was going to drop below $200. Now people are thinking it's going to go lower. So it's hard to say. Let me check in with the chat. Bitcoin banned in India now. Did BitConnect trigger the bear market? it's a big market, right? So it's would be a little bit naive to say that one coin, caused a lot of this, but I think it had a big impact. I mean, there was a lot of people that were not in cryptocurrency that got in, to get into BitConnect because of all of the success stories that were happening and were being, talked about. And of course, they also had the BitConnect X. Let's take a look, because I know like the BitConnect X ICO that they were doing has the website's not working anymore. So let's see here. I mean the firewall by Cloudflare is, but it's still offline. So you can ping the server, you can ping the site, so it's not like it's offline. It's just, I don't know, it's having some sort of issue. But I know a lot of people invested in that as well, and it's the whole situation is really unfortunate, and it looks like from a legal or regulatory standpoint, like they're trying to do whatever they can to recoup whatever funds they can, and then disperse that to the community in the form of Bitcoin or whatever. BitConnect triggered the bull market. Yeah. I think by the time that BitConnect really it seemed to have been like vetted in kind of the October-November timeframe, and then right after that is when we saw this just massive, takeoff with the price. So there's been a lot of rumors behind BitConnect in terms of like some of the early foundations, which all seem to center in India. And I've expressed interest of perhaps going in there to see if I can find out some more information. But I don't know if I don't know if that's going to be a good idea. I don't know if I'm going to find anything out. It might be a little bit dangerous. So, but I'm still leaving it on the table. Satish scammed the hell out of us. I mean, Satish, like, when, if you met him, I mean, he's a really, really nice, really shy guy. It seemed to be genuine. He's definitely a bright guy, but I would hate to think that he was setting this up maliciously from the beginning, because there were so many people that were affected by this. And look at him now, like he can't show his face. I mean, the people that made out the best in this, Satish, Devesh, and Glenn, like they can't show their face anymore. They can't travel where they want. Like they're Satish or Devesh has been arrested, and they're looking for the other guys. So I don't know. I mean, I think perhaps if they had taken the proper legal recourse, which is what I was recommending from the very beginning, and I think that's one of the reasons why I wasn't as involved in the platform, perhaps, which may have been a little bit of a red flag, was I was requesting for these guys to get legal counsel and to make sure that they were doing the proper due diligence and legalese in the states in terms of making sure that things are going to be looked at right. But I think a lot of that would have required them to like open up their books, and would have required them to show what it is they were doing. And I think that was one thing that they were not willing to do, and perhaps maybe there were reasons for that because of maybe they had some ill intentions. I really don't know. A lot of what I get a lot of information, like, or little tidbits of information here and there. And again, I'm going to leave my contact information in the description below. If you guys have, if someone's watching the stream and you have some information that you'd like to share with me, I appreciate that. I did that last time that I did a stream about BitConnect, and I had someone from India that reached out to me, wanted to retain his privacy, but gave me a lot of really interesting information. And so I was very thankful for that. So if someone's watching this stream, particularly from India, and you have some information that you'd like to share with me, I would really appreciate it. And I'm gonna, do my best to do what's right for the BitConnect community. But the BitConnect community is still like somewhat thriving. Like, there's like I'm here in Vietnam. There's there's still like a lot of the people that were in BitConnect here from Vietnam, like they're all still friends. They all still kind of hang out. Like, obviously BCC is a sore subject. It's not something they really want to talk about, but there's still a little bit of a community here. In the US, like you're seeing, I think it's really interesting to see what's going on with Trevon's Discord channel and just the activity that's in there. And it's I think that's one of the really awesome things about Trevon, is that he's able to build community with a lot of people. Just really, he has the personality type where a lot of people are just kind of drawn to him, and he's been able to kind of build a community, and I think that's awesome. So. It was one of the biggest. It was the biggest, crypto community, and I think it really brought a lot of people together. And unfortunately, like now that all of this stuff has kind of collapsed, it's become a little bit of a sore subject. But it still has the community, and it still has some attributes to the cryptocurrency project that may have some value. So. We'll see. Again, like I have been holding all of my BCC ever since January, so I never sold, and perhaps maybe I'll buy some more. I don't know. Like at this point, I don't really have any funds to buy anymore, but or any disposable crypto to kind of put into that. But maybe it'd be nice to hold some more on there. Like let's take a look at the price. I haven't looked at the price in a long time. But I think last time I was looking at it, it was at like 68 cents. It'd come up a little bit, and then I think it dropped back down. Yeah, it's right at 68 cents. So, I mean, the price is still holding a little bit. Let's take a look at, I know it's now zero volume on Trade Satoshi, but it's been delisted there. The Polaniex exchange, you're able to buy and sell there, and you're also able to buy and sell on the internal exchange. And Craig has a really great video on that, basically where you're able to kind of get in, and if you made a deposit in Bitcoin to the platform, you're able to look up your Bitcoin address, and you can deposit to the platform and buy on their internal exchange. BCC, the next Dogecoin. Wouldn't even call that holding. It used to be $400. Yeah. Where do you see BitConnect in 1 year? Man, that is really difficult to say. I think it's really dependent on what comes out of the situation here with Devesh and Satish. Like those two were, the real kind of central guys to everything that was going on. So there were some other people in the background, that were involved. I don't, know too much about that. Like I get little bits of information here or there, but I think that's kind of like they got to get to the bottom of what's going on with the legal aspect before you can kind of move forward. Like I don't see how the platform's going to move forward and be sustainable as a project a year from now unless there's some sort of resolution with this entire situation. So the coin itself does still work. You can stake it. There's some different aspects to it. If you do have an exchange, like you can list the coin if you'd like. I know that there's been a few smaller exchanges that have been doing that. There was a voting process that was for one exchange. I can't remember the name of the exchange, but there was a lot of votes for the BCC coin to be listed there. I would anticipate it's probably going to be listed on more exchanges. I would tend to think that we might see BCC on like 4 or 5 exchanges a year from now, which would be good in terms of the price. But I don't know if it's going to break over $1. I don't know. I think it really depends on everything that comes out of this whole situation. It is a limited supply though. There's only a little bit less than 10 million BCC circulating supply. There's the max supply is 28 million. So, but I remember this market cap was a little bit lower. Market cap was around like 4 million or so, in the 4 millions at one point. So it's come up a little bit. What do you think the best resolution? It depends on what exactly, BitConnect was doing behind the scenes, and if that was actually somewhat legitimate. Like if there was, the way that it was explained to me, and it was kind of explained to everyone that kind of met with Satish, and if you kind of went to these meetings, was that they were doing arbitraging. They had their own volatility software. They were dealing with trading bots. So they were interacting with a number of different exchanges. Like if that technology still exists, if that's something that was real, then perhaps that can be somewhat revived. I'm getting involved in some other platforms that are currently doing some of that stuff. And even before BitConnect, I was in a platform that was doing that as well with Hotspot. So there's the technology's there, or it's something that's now we're starting to see in other platforms or whatnot. So it's going to be something that's going to, come up in the future. But, from what I understand, the developers or the main development team behind BitConnect is very seclusive or private. And from what I understood and what has been told to me, the only people that had connection with the developers were Satish and Devesh. And Devesh actually has a very big family. And from what I've been told, like even, Devesh's family, all of his family members had zero contact or any, way of getting in contact with the development team. Agree 100%. The currency can't die. The legal aspect is a stumbling block. BitConnect had morals and integrity. I received my Bcash from BitConnect before larger exchanges. Yeah, that's a good point. I remember that as well when the whole fork happened. If you were holding Bitcoin within the platform, like those developers are talented. Like they were some of the most talented developers at the time. Like the way that they were able to fix things just really, really quickly, add a lot of different things to the platform. They're very good at what they do, and I think that gave even more faith and confidence within the BitConnect system that they were doing what they were saying they were doing. The reason they weren't being as transparent was they felt that like they had something that no other cryptocurrency platform had, and they were trying to protect themselves. But since the whole fallout in January, a lot of that's been come under question. No one will probably hear from Satish again. He's probably white. No, I think we're going to hear from Satish. Well, I think there's going to be some news on Satish. Like, you can't, in today's day and age, you can't go to some far off island and just disappear. With facial recognition technology, with all of the information that authorities have at their hands. Like, I've gotten a little bit of a glimpse into that. Like I've been in trouble before, and when I got in trouble, like I was amazed at all of the information that they were able to. They knew more about me than I knew about myself. They were bringing up information that I didn't even know. So I don't think that he's going to be able to hide forever. But for Satish's sake, if we're looking out for Satish's best interest, I think right now the best thing he can do is to try to, to stay out of the limelight. But ever wonder if BCC was created by Satoshi? Yeah, I don't know. That was kind of an interesting. I'm interested you bring that up, Tracy. There was an article that was talking about. Like one of the biggest Bitcoin wallets or something that had stagnated for 4 years or something, and there just recently had been some activity. Let's see if I can find that article. I was reading that this morning. Where did I see that? But I was just reading an article this morning that was talking about how there was that they had seen some movement, in one of the biggest Bitcoin wallets. I'm not gonna find it right now, but I'll look into that and see if I can find that. Maybe I'll do some information on that. He's probably hiding where Osama bin Laden used to hide. What, in Pakistan? Yeah, I don't know. People are saying that the wallet is from someone that recently found their keys. So one thing I will mention is I do have the BitConnect Bitcoin parent wallet address. So I'm gonna, I think when the time's right, I'll maybe do a video on that. So there's some interesting information there, but I still need to look into it and understand it myself. But I do have that address, which is interesting. You should put your FBI video back up. That was hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. I was venting. I was just angry because I knew it was going to cost me a ton of money. It was going to be I didn't know if they were going to let me back out of the country. That was kind of another thing, and it's like a $2,000 plane ticket. So it was ridiculous. So I had to get my lawyer friend to help me to make sure that I was going to be able to get out of the country all right. So. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens with the SEC hearing with Trevon, because the SEC is a different agency or department, and to see what it is that they are interested in understanding and finding out. $1 million question, was there ever really a BCC trading bot? Yeah, I think everyone kind of wants to know that. They were doing something. I still it's real easy to call it a pyramid Ponzi scheme or whatever, but I think that they were doing something. Maybe what they were doing, fell apart. There was some big things that happened. So I mentioned this in my last one. The kidnapping that happened was a big event for BitConnect, and that forced them to kind of redo some of the things they were doing. They moved a lot of the operations they had in India outside of the country. Once they did that, Devesh got raided, and there was a lot of it seemed like everything in India was collapsing. So the whole platform was kind of in disarray at that point. So it's a big mess for sure. Is the SEC Trevon case on the 14th? Yeah, it's coming up. I have to reach out to him. I've been meaning to do a stream with Trevon, so maybe I'm gonna message him and see when we can set this up. Because what I've been doing here is I've been kind of setting up my office here. So I've been kind of cleaning up, kind of getting some things set up here. So I've got a nice little office set up now, and I've got getting things organized. And the other thing too is I had a lot of information. I didn't have any of it backed up, so I just backed everything up. So. But I'm going to start going through some of my information, and I've got some interesting stuff. I'm sure people will be interested in some of the videos and stuff that I've got. What do you think will happen with ETH? $50? I don't think it's going to go to $50, but I didn't think it was going to go to 200, and I was wrong on that one. So I was reading, actually really interesting, if you get into the Team Just, the P3D, FOMO 3D Discord channel, their latest announcement, they have some interesting information on there where they're basically saying that Vitalik is kind of fudding Ethereum in a way, and some of the stuff that he's been coming out, and a lot of things are trying to suppress and push down the price, but they have a fork coming up. And as you know, with a lot of these projects, when a fork comes up, you're gonna get a huge kind of ramp up in price. You're going to get a lot of people that are going to be interested in getting into the project. Truce, my man. Appreciate that. Thank you. What's causing ETH to tank? Yeah, I mean that's it's hard to say because there's a lot of adoption. There's like a lot of well, I guess if we're looking at DApp Radar, it's dropped off quite a bit, but like there was a lot of people that were getting into Ethereum just to kind of get into some of these projects. Let's take a quick peek at DApp Radar. DApp Radar. So again, the two exchanges still, now we're got two over 1,000. So 33 ETH. I don't know. Wow, that's interesting. I have to take a look into this one. 2,000 ETH in the contract. I think it's always interesting to kind of, check in here. We'll see something. I have to take a look at this. I don't know much about that. I saw something about this. Can't remember where I saw that, but I just saw a mention of it, not too long ago, like within the last, maybe when I woke up this morning or late last night. But let's take a look at their website. Oh, I gotta get into my MetaMask. Okay, I'm not gonna do that right now. So I guess I'll keep this focused on BCC, I guess. I'm gonna do another update on some of the platforms I'm getting into. I'll have to take a look at some of those ones. There's another Win 1 million. There's like no ETH in that. But these gambling, those types of platforms are the ones that are doing the best. Clover, do you have access to MBOT? Yes. I need to do some videos on MBOT. I need to do some stuff on that. So I've gotten away from that a little bit. I got access to it and I've been playing around with it a little bit. I got stuck and I just got away from it. So I do need to, you need to set up all your exchanges. So there's things you need to do. And the big one, I was trying to get into the major exchanges and kind of set that up. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting into 33 is just another Pandeminica clone. I don't know what Pandeminica is, but I'll take a look into that. I'm about to start doing reaction videos. I've been watching these reaction videos of, forget the name of it, but the Who is America with Sacha Baron Cohen. And because like I can't watch those because when I'm here in Vietnam. So the only way that I can watch those TV shows or some of that stuff is when those guys do like reactions because they can actually put it on YouTube. Those guys are hilarious. But at least I can still kind of watch some of that stuff. So those reaction videos I think are kind of interesting. Like that's their whole channel. I forget the name of those guys, but the two. I think they're like brothers or something. How do you decide when to pick up more coin, such as ETH? It's hard to say. I mean, a lot of people are going to make based on technical analysis. I don't really do technical analysis. I think part of it is just kind of a feel for the market. Just wherever I kind of feel like things are going or things are moving. And I really moved big into Ethereum, and it's been crashing, and a lot of people don't really understand why. Like, I mean, Ethereum was like $600 like 3 months ago. So it's gone down a lot. Buy red, sell green. Yeah, I think if you can, I still think stocking up on Ethereum right now is going to be a good play. I mean, it's going to go up eventually. I don't think it's going to stay down forever. Some people are saying it's going to die. I think that when people are like making videos saying it's going to die and it's going to go away, it's going to zero, that's the time to buy. Vitalik fudded it on Bloomberg. Apollo coin? I don't know about Apollo coin. I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. Let's take a look. It's not coming up. Oh, this is Apollo currency. No, I don't think that's it. Should have bought Nike stocks. Like, is Nike up? I don't know. I haven't. I heard some people were saying it was hurting them, but that gets a little bit political. But APL is the ticker. Okay. Yeah. So then this is it. This Apollo currency. It's come up a little bit. I miss John Ung. Yeah, I miss him too. I like that guy. I met him in LA, and it was one of the big reasons why he came out. You know who really liked John Ung was Satish. Like, John Ung was like Satish's favorite YouTuber. So, but you know, once all he did was talk about, like, he would just do live streams every day, and it was just strictly on BitConnect. And you know, he was building up his channel a little bit, but once BCC went down, like, he just kind of disappeared. And Yellow Ducky, yeah, Yellow Ducky was funny, man. And then even Jedi Knight, like, I really like Jedi Knight, and I've reached out to him. Like, people are asking me to to reach out to him. I emailed him. I haven't heard back from him, so I'm not sure what he's doing. Maybe he's just gotten away from cryptocurrency, but I imagine he's still in Germany. Crypto Nick's probably in hiding. Like, he's probably shitting bricks. Like, he's scared. The thing about Crypto Nick was he had a bigger following than Trevon. So he was one of the biggest YouTubers in the space. And if you go back, so, like, you got to understand that right now the #1 cryptocurrency YouTuber is DataDash. But I started doing a YouTube channel before DataDash, and so did all these other guys. So did Trevon, so did Crypto Nick. Like, all of these guys have been around a long time. So for those of you guys who have been in cryptocurrency for a while, you may have known that some of these guys had much bigger followings, in the past. And so Crypto Nick was really interesting because he was a 17-year-old kid, but he was very conservative in what he was doing. It was all kind of like mining. Like, he was big into Genesis. He was big into Hashflare. And once he started talking about BitConnect, like, he started doing really well. But he made a ton of money on referrals, a ton of money, people to sign up, and he didn't really have that much money invested into BitConnect. So he was, in a lot of ways, he was basically just kind of doing it for the referrals, and he made a lot of money in referrals, way, way more than I did. And so he just kind of cashed out and just took his channel down, and now he's in hiding. Yeah, I liked his videos too. I think he's a smart guy. I think he knows his stuff. I like his perspective. I used to tell Jedi the secret sauce to BitConnect was making on internal exchange, marking makers control the asset price. Thanks, Bitcoin lover. Did you talk to Satish? I mean, the last time I talked to Satish was maybe a week and a half after the platform went down. So kind of like late January. And then he pretty much just went into hiding. And then no one knew how to get a hold of Satish, because everyone that I knew was trying to ask Satish, like, hey, what's going on? And, like, he was the leader, So, like, he just he turtled it in a way. Like, he just went into hiding. But Jedi Knight on Steemit posted 18 days ago. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Truce. I'll have to take a look at that. I need to get more into Steemit. I've been wanting to get more into that. There's a lot of things I want to get more into. I think part of it is just like having enough time. Like, there's so many different projects and things that I'm interested in kind of getting into, but I'll have to take a look into that. Anyone hear anything about BCCX? I mean, the server's still online, so I haven't taken the server offline. They're having an issue. I think it has a lot to do with running out of the Dubai office, and then when Devesh, like basically BCCX website went down right around the time when Devesh went to India. So maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. Do you have any legal troubles? I hope not. Right now, none that I know of. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong, at least in my opinion. So, I mean, if they're gonna, charge me with a crime, I'd love to know what it is. I mean, I'm just, doing a YouTube channel, just sharing my experiences, much like a lot of other people. So I didn't intentionally mislead anyone. I was very open and honest. That's the way I've always presented my channel. I'm, one of the only YouTubers that like doesn't take, money to do like videos, for, people are maybe, they'll be very critical of people that are doing like referrals, like, but people don't understand that like you don't really make that much money from referrals. Like you have to have a very, very big following and doing referrals. But a lot of people, like when I start talking about a platform, like they're just going to sign up, with themselves or just not, with a particular sponsor. Whereas like a lot of the major YouTubers, and I kind of just showed that the other day, like Data Dash, like, Superman, Crypto Lark, Crypto Crow, a lot of these bigger YouTubers, they all do paid videos all the time too. And so a lot of people don't really take that into consideration from maybe a morality or ethical standpoint. And so like people like, me or other guys that are promoting these platforms that, you can make money in that you're not getting paid in, we take more criticism than some of those guys, just that, what we're doing is more transparent, where, you don't know how much they're paying Data Dash to do a video. Dubai aiming in 2019 to be the first blockchain-based country. Interesting, BCCX is out there. Jurisdiction is free out there. Yeah, the thing I don't like about Dubai though is they want to control everything. So they want everything running through the government. So I think I may have mentioned this, but like I couldn't even make phone calls out of Dubai. Like I couldn't use WhatsApp, couldn't use Messenger, couldn't use, like I also have like Zalo and Viber, WeChat, which are kind of more here in Asia. You don't really see that in the States, but with a lot of those apps, like you can call people. So you don't have to, as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection, you can make an international phone call for free. Well, in Dubai, like they restrict all that stuff. So like it might work for like the first minute, and then it doesn't work. Like I was getting so damn frustrated out there because I was trying to do live streams on YouTube, and it took me like several days to figure out what the hell was going on, because like all my YouTube videos were all like jacked up, and I had to get like behind a firewall, and even then it didn't really work very well. So Dubai's got a lot of problems when it comes to that, but they want to control everything, and there's a lot of issues over there as well too. Like, I had a girlfriend over there for a little bit, and I was getting really upset and frustrated with certain things, and I started swearing, and like, she's like, dude, like, stop, you gotta stop swearing. Like, you cannot swear around these people. And I was like, I was like, why the fuck not? Like, why can't I swear? And they're like, you see that guy over there? Like, that guy will throw you in jail for swearing. So they have some very, it's a Muslim country, it's a Islamic country. They got some crazy rules out there. I don't know if I could ever live in Dubai just with the rules. Like I'd wind up in jail or something, man. It's just, not a great place for women in Dubai. Yeah. I mean, I know it's improving, and it's probably the most progressive, most liberal place in Dubai, but yeah. It's pretty, but you can get in a bad situation fast over there. Clover, you with Airwire? I'm interested in it. I know about it. I'd be willing to invest in it. but I'm not invested in it right now. So, but all right, it's been 45 minutes. It's been a little while, so I think I'm going to call that a stream. So appreciate y'all staying online. I'm working on some stuff here in my office, so I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do like a stream every day, and I'm going to try to do a like an edited video every day. So I'll try to post 2 videos every day, and see if I can keep up with that. So try to put some content out for you guys. So appreciate y'all staying online. I'll catch you on the next one.